Thank you, Zach. And now I'm sitting down with Marilyn. Marilyn, how's your day today?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. A little wet outside, though. I know
Yes.
you're talking about the rain earlier. It gets in the hair. It's just not.
I know.
So I heard that there was a Veterans Day breakfast today, which is why you're here for Veterans Day. Thank you for your service, by the way.
Yes, thank you so much.
How was the Veterans Day breakfast?
It was great, as always. We ended it with John Tucci singing all the branches songs. So that was always great.
That's a perfect way to end it. What was your favorite part about the event, besides Tucci singing?
The favorite part of the event for me was getting a present from David Osmond and Jody Hempel. It was a pen for the Student Veteran Association, just like a token of appreciation, but yeah, that was probably my favorite part.
What color is the pen? That's important.
It's blue and gold.
Ooh,
yes.
Okay. That's abstract. You know, I like it.
Yes.
And you know, you have a big position here at RMU. What do you do exactly in your position?
Yes, at the Student Veteran Association, I basically worked with David Osmond to rebuild it after a 2-year hiatus from COVID-19. But our main goal is service, specifically to the veteran communities. So we spend most of our time reaching out to organizations throughout the region of Pittsburgh and seeing what we can do to support the veterans that are in those organizations.
It's a very good cause. And why did you take the position in the first place?
I took it because at the time there was no Student Veteran Association chapter at RMU, and so I just wanted to get it restarted while I still have a couple years left here. Yeah.
And what's it like to balance this out, being a student now, being in the Navy before? You know, it's got to be hard, but I'm sure, I mean, you've got a smile on your face, so I mean, I'm sure you're pulling through it, right?
Yes. No, I've been out of the military for a year and a half now, so at first it wasn't the easiest, but coming to a place like Pittsburgh and Robert Morris has really helped it be a lot easier because they really support the veterans. But it is a lot to handle, but every time I get stressed with school, I just remind myself I've done hard things and just keep pushing.
Yeah, school's nothing, okay?
No, school is harder, I think, sometimes because you deal with school while you're at school, and then you go home and you do more school.
Yeah, I mean, like
never
homework,
stops.
I mean, maybe homework shouldn't exist. I don't know.
I know.
Maybe just a thing. Maybe professors on a little less homework. Not sure.
Yeah.
And what does Veterans Day mean to you?
Yes, Veterans Day is really important to me. It means taking the time to sit back and appreciate all the sacrifices that veterans have made and service members are currently making. Those sacrifices are pretty unimaginable until you actually serve. So when everyone can come together and, you know, do little things to say thank you to those veterans and those currently serving, I think it means a lot.
Yeah, it definitely does. I know myself, I have a few veterans in my family, and I just appreciate what they've done every day, and I appreciate what you've done for everyone, so we can have RMU Focus here today.
Yes, thank you so much.
And so, last little question here. Thanksgiving around the corner. I needed to know what's your favorite Thanksgiving food and your least favorite Thanksgiving food.
Okay. So I don't know if this is a Thanksgiving food, but my favorite is buffalo chicken dip because I swear I make the best buffalo chicken dip, but a lot of people say that. And then probably my least favorite is, don't hate me, but turkey. I just am not a turkey fan.
Whoa.
I know, hot take.
It's the staple.
I know, I'm like a ham girl on Thanksgiving, so with honey and you know, pineapple.
Honey ham, very good, very good. What do you dip the buffalo chip? Do you use tortilla chips or like a pita?
Any chip, yeah. Like the dip chips, like the
like
curved
the
ones.
scoops?
Yeah.
Thank you, Marilyn. It's been great having you here. Thank you once again for your service and happy Veterans Day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Marilyn, once again for all you've done for the country. If you are a veteran or active member of the military at RMU, then check out the Center for Veterans and Military Families, where they can provide you with both support and services to help you succeed. And when we come back, we'll be talking about what happened last week and what is happening this week at RMU, as well as a special look at Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, which opens in theaters today. Stay tuned here on RMU Focus.
All over. Chance high five. All right. When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. And your mother and I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
Stem is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Welcome back to RMU Focus. Joining me now is my co-host, RMU Case. Now, let's get into what happened last week at RMU. Last week, RMU saw quite a few events as the campus continued to push forward towards fall break. The Outdoor Adventure Club hosted a hike at the Ohiopyle State Park on Sunday and went on for 3 hours, running from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. The next day, women's basketball team kicked off their 2022-2023 season with a smashing 49-36 victory over the St. Francis Red Flash. And on Wednesday the 9th, Dr. Ann Jabro discussed her experience with jazz in various festivals worldwide. On Monday, the Colonials bounced back from their season opening loss with a big win over Pitt Greensburg, defeating the Bobcats 84-49. And on Wednesday, the Black Student Union and Multicultural Student Services scored students a chance to see Black Panther Wakanda Forever at the waterfront 2 days before the film was released. Now, isn't that something?
It is quite something, because speaking of that, in case you missed the advanced screening of Black Panther Wakanda Forever on Wednesday, let's take a look at the preview of the movie as well, what the sequel means to the cast after the passing of Chadwick Boseman.
I am queen of the most powerful nation in the world, and my entire family is gone. Have I not given everything?
Black Panther Wakanda Forever became more than just a sequel after the unexpected passing of Chadwick Boseman.
We wanted to ramp it up by making it more culturally specific, more detailed, more personal, and even after Chadwick passed away, we stayed the course. I was speaking with him before he passed, and he was excited about the direction that the film was going in.
The actors and their characters had to process the dual loss.
I think it's the entire collaborative cohort's way of trying to process the confusion around this moment. The confusion around losing Chadwick, and the confusion that comes from an unexpected loss.
We were dealing with a terrible tragedy of losing Chadwick, and of course then losing T'Challa. And so that shift in the world, her grounding and wanting to protect it just amplified, though she still had her own grief to deal with.
And what is meaningful is the life that he lived. Everything that he showed us, everything that he taught us, every single day, even fighting in complete silence.
Show them who we are.
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
A lot to that cast, but Casey, what do you think?
Yeah, it definitely does. I gotta say, the Rihanna song, hit deep, okay, but so do all Rihanna songs. But the interesting is that Chadwick Boseman, sadly passed away from cancer, but one of his last wishes was that they didn't recast T'Challa, but one of his last wishes was that they did recast T'Challa and they didn't just kill off the character, but then they just did that anyways. So that's probably my main criticism heading into the movie. But besides that, it should still be a very good film.
Yes, I'm definitely going to check it out. And as we're on the topic of entertainment and what happened last week at RMU, let's take a look at the Colonial Theater's production of the Rocky Horror Show that took place over Halloween weekend.
Over Halloween weekend, RMU Colonial Theater put on its production of the Rocky Horror Show. It was a big hit with a few sold-out shows and lots of its trademark audience participation. I was able to sit down with the show's director, Dr. Brent Alexander, and a few of its stars to get a behind-the-scenes look into the production. I asked them what they did to add their own style to this cult classic musical.
As director, music director, and costumer for the show, I was actually able to converge a lot of my own personal ideas into how to bring the show to life. There were about 4 different theaters right now producing this show. But we have something very special with the live band. We're not making full reference to the movie. We're actually treating Rocky Horror as a piece of theater.
We have the classic call-outs and all the classic stuff that's supposed to be in it, but also everything is our own, and I know every single character has pretty much put in their own joke somewhere, their own thought or idea, so it really brings it all together.
One of the most interesting scenes to rehearse is the top of Act 2, where we have our bed scenes, and working with Jordan has been a lot of fun to really bring out the funny side of that scene so it can be a little less creepy.
I also asked them what it means to be in this production, given its significance in pop culture and theater.
Being in this show means a lot. This show has become quite a bit of my life over the past month.
I was so excited when they said it was going to be Rocky Horror. I'm a very big pop culture person to begin with, and then it's just this huge cult classic movement thing of a movie that turned into a show that turned into a way of thinking.
I found Rocky Horror probably around this time of year, many years ago. It quickly became one of my favorite shows, and then I found out the importance of Rocky Horror later in life. Frankenfurter is a transvestite, right? And that it wasn't really shown in movies or anything in media really before Rocky Horror.
When I myself came out at age 25, it was when I first saw Rocky Horror Show. Frankenfurter and his clan were a family to me, showing us that being different is okay, and gave me permission to actually live my life the way that I needed to. So it's always very dear and near to my heart. So Rocky Horror was always the show in the back of my head saying, we need to do this, we need to do this. Coming out of COVID was synonymous with me saying maybe it's time to be able to bring this show to Colonial Theater. And coming out we are.
For RMU Century Media, I'm Jack Enterline.
Thank you. Very interesting. For the latest news in arts and entertainment, the writers at RMU Century Media have got you covered with all things RMU and in the surrounding Pittsburgh area. On the website, you will be able to find an in-depth look at some of the events we'll be talking about today, so make sure to check it out at rmucenturymedia.com.
The Brothers of Alpha Chi Rho will finish hosting their annual Camp Crow event at the Nicholson Fire Pit in nearby Grass Triangle in an effort to raise money for Habitat for Humanity and promote awareness for the current homelessness epidemic plaguing America. In case you haven't noticed, they've been pretty much camping in the lawn this past week, but they're finishing up tonight. Moondocs is an open networking event and learning event for experiencing and aspiring filmmakers, as well as anyone interested in learning about filmmaking. It's taking place right now at the Wheatley Center Atrium and features RMU professors and alumni. So make sure you're a free man and head over there right now. Want to do RMU's job for them? Well, you can by coming out to the Fall Discovery Day tomorrow, the 12th, and talking to prospective students. And you can hang around to talk to high school juniors and seniors and give them insight on the Bobby Moe experience. The event is from 9:30 to 10:30 in the UPMC Event Center, but the organizations who are tabling should arrive at 9 to help set up.
Need a refresher on how to register for courses? Want to learn more about RMU's registration system, Banner? Then join the Center for Student Success on Monday from 4 until 5 as they walk through how to register for spring 2023 courses. These presentations will cover planning for your schedule, reviewing your check sheet, and completing the registration process.
On Thursday, the Student Government Association is holding an associates meeting in Hopwood Hall. Join in person or virtually and go over business old and new. The organization serves as a representative group of the student body in voicing their opinions and suggestions to the administration. The meeting will happen from 5 to 6 in Hopwood Hall. Envision Blind Sports is coming to RMU next Friday from 4 until 8 to allow you to learn about
and try some adapted sports. Afterwards, you will have the opportunity to roller skate with some athletes of Envision's programs down at Neville Rolling Drome. If you RSVP, they'll pay for your admission and rentals for roller skating. The on-campus event is free.
And the volleyball team attempts to end their season on a high note as they take on division-leading Wright State today at 6 in the Event Center, before playing Northern Kentucky University Norse tomorrow at 4. After squeaking past a tough George Mason team by 1 point last night, the women's basketball team will attempt to continue their hot start to the season as they face the Waynesburg College Yellow Jackets in the Event Center tomorrow at 8. And RMU will then continue out-of-conference play, facing off against Wheeling University Cardinals on Monday at 7. So be sure to show out and support the team as they try to stay out of the loss column. And the men's basketball team will then host West Virginia Wesleyan Wednesday at 7. Starting off 1-1, the Colonials will look to gel before conference play begins. And finally, the football team will play their final home game and game of the season next Saturday at noon. The Colonials are still looking for a win, and maybe they'll find one right before Thanksgiving break on the 19th against the 3-6 Bryant Bulldogs. And you can watch all of these, and you can find out more information on the winter sports that kicked off this past week by heading over to Colonial Sports Network, where the writers have got you covered. Colonial Sports Network is your home for everything Robert Morris Athletics, from the Joe Walton Stadium to the Event Center, the North Athletic Complex, and even over on the island. Make sure you check it out at colonialsportsnetwork.com.
Now, when we come back, we'll be talking about all the Pittsburgh events you can look forward to this weekend and in the upcoming week. So stay tuned here on RMU Focus.
When I first saw Turtle, my heart was full. Now I'm anything but lonely.
We had this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking. Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Whatever gets you talking. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Welcome back to RMU Focus. Now let's get into the Pittsburgh events you might want to check out in the upcoming week.
Tomorrow through Wednesday, the oldest and largest film festival in the region, the Three Rivers Film Festival, will showcase a curated slate of 25 to 30 independent feature films in a variety of genres, including dramas, comedies, and documentaries. In addition to film streamings, there are Q&As with cast and crew, receptions, and other fun. Admission is $15, but if you actually go get a job, you'll probably make it back in an hour.
Want to watch some opera tonight? Well, for the three of you that didn't turn this off hearing that, the Pittsburgh Opera is presenting The Marriage of Figaro this weekend on the 11th, the 13th, and at 6:30 p.m. The production is considered one of the most popular comic operas of all time. And hey, if I had to see an opera, I guess I would choose the comedic one. Tickets range from $7 to $162, and seats are still available for both shows. So if you plan on going to have plenty of time to secure your tickets.
An exciting Heinz History Center event that just finished up. Pittsburgh's John Kane, The Life and Art of the American Workman exhibition explored the gripping story of a Pittsburgh immigrant who endured poverty, tragedy, and other adversities to become one of the world's most revered self-taught artists. It was almost similar to the tragedy that was Bethany's hosting abilities you witnessed a couple weeks ago.
Oh, sorry, I was just achieving inner peace there. And this weekend you can too at the SNEA Yoga and Wellness Collective, as they're holding various events today, tomorrow, and Sunday. The group is committed to delivering a loving and caring environment for their yoga classes and activities. And tonight, the Still Point Journey of Soma and Sound with the guided imagery beginning at 6 p.m. Tomorrow, events like All Chakras Activation and Meditation and Sonic Tonic will happen, while Sunday hosts the Kirtan class, a subset of Bhakti Yoga. More information can be found at sneacollective.com.
Grab your Timbs and your puffer, because I got a Bronx tale to tell you about. Bronx born and raised, Chaz Palminteri wrote A Bronx Tale in 1988. The powerful one-man stage play depicted his bruising childhood, which included witnessing a gangland killing when he was 9 years old. Chaz plays 18 different characters and brings them alive in his autobiographical play. This thrilling reenactment will be taking place tonight at the Byham Theater at 7:30, and tickets range from $55 to $70.
Media arts major, cover your ears. The next event is at Point Park University. The Dallas Black Dance Theater is performing their artistic contemporary modern dance at the PNC Theater tomorrow and Sunday, with performances like Interpret by Hope Boykin and Absolute Rule by Alyssa Monte. The Dallas Black Theater is the 9th largest contemporary modern dance company in the U.S., so make sure to check it out while you have the chance. Ticket prices vary, ranging from $35 to $73, and performances begin at 7 on Saturday and 2:30 on Sunday.
Harmony Borough will soon be filled with several thousand visitors for a, bear with me here, Weihnacht Market, German-style Christmas market, Saturday and Sunday of November 12th and 13th. One of the top 20 Christmas markets in the nation last year, kicks off the holiday season with German music, German food, refreshments, and thousands of unique handmade items for sale. Zach, I heard you were thinking of giving me something. Well, since it's from you, I don't really want it.
That's really mean, Casey.
I don't
But
care.
you can get in touch with your Jewish heritage by joining Emily Garber for an all-day seminar. The event covers how to get in touch with your family's history and learn the basic skills for Jewish genealogy. It will be held at the Heinz History Center on Sunday from 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. There will be a break for lunch from 12 to 1 and is provided by Dinah's Dishes, or you can bring your own. You can visit in person or online, the cost being $10 for online and $15 for in person.
I think I smell some pierogies because the Pittsburgh Polish Fest 2022 is quickly approaching. The Polish Festival is designed to give the festival guests, families, and students an opportunity to experience the living cultures of the Polish, Lithuanian, and Carpatho-Russian peoples that throughout history were joined, separated, and independently connected. This will be taking place on Sunday, so what's better than watching the Steelers lose and stuffing your face with pierogies while you cry?
Media arts majors, cover yours again. The next event is at Point Park University. They're okay. All right. Yeah. I don't.
Do you love soup as much as I do? Probably not, since I have an unhealthy obsession with it. But if you want to learn how to make some Italian soups, buy yourself a ticket of Italy Italian Heritage Soup class taking place on Wednesday from 6 until 8 p.m. Learn how to make authentic heritage soups with the History Center's Italian American program and Sprezzatura, a woman-owned cafe and Italian catering kitchen. If someone watches this and goes to this event and brings me soup that you made, then you will probably be my favorite person forever. I love soup.
I'm not going to bring you any soup after that comment earlier, but do you like movies? Well, what about short ones? Well, from November 17th through the 20th, the Pittsburgh Shorts Film Festival may have what you need. This year's festival will showcase 114 exceptional short films from 24 different countries. Film blocks will screen in person at the beautiful Harris Theater in downtown Pittsburgh, with an additional 6 blocks of films screening virtually. There will also be conferences, live Q&A, and a script competition. Get tickets now at filmpittsburgh.org.
Now on to some upcoming concerts. Grab your dancing queen, because tonight there's a Gimme Gimme Disco Party inspired by ABBA taking place tonight at 8 at Mr. Small's Theater. There will be plenty of ABBA played along with other classic hits from the 70s and 80s, so if you're trying to dance the night away, grab a ticket and a buddy and head on down tonight. The Happy Fits are on tour for their latest album, Under the Shade of Green, and will be in Pittsburgh tomorrow at Spirit Hall at 7 p.m. Make sure to buy a ticket if you want to hear some pop rock that definitely won't make you the shade of green. Well, there seems to be a love for rock around here every week because there's another rock concert tomorrow at Stage AE at 7 p.m. AFI, also known as Fire Inside, who's been around since 1991, would love to see you head down there and maybe mosh a little bit. Not my thing, though, but if you want to see music that has lasted over half a century performed live, then go check out Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. The event will be taking place tomorrow at 7 at Heinz Hall for the Performing Arts. It's time for Jesus to take the wheel because Christian artist Michael W. Smith will be performing on Sunday at 7:30 at Carnegie Library Music Hall of Homestead. Head out if you feel like a sinner and you think you might need to ask for some forgiveness. Try not to get stung because heavy metal group Wasp is performing on Sunday at 7:30 at the Palace Theater, Greensburg. I mean, I know it's Greensburg, but I think it might be worth the risk.
And when we come back, we'll be talking about what you think you should be watching and listening to this weekend. So stay tuned here on RMU Focus.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? And now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Jason, let's go see your room.
How was it? Is it good?
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes now. Could spend a lifetime trying to figure it out. I'm going through changes, through all of the strangeness. I'm going through changes now.
Welcome back to RMU Focus. Let's get into what songs we think you should be listening to for a must-listen for your weekend.
The song I've been listening to this week is Spring Has Sprung by Skeggs. It is such a great song, being so upbeat and fun. Plus, the song matches the November weather here at RMU. Not only is it a great song, but the Australian band is also coming to Pittsburgh in the coming weeks and will most certainly be playing this 2016 hit.
Do you know it's November at other places besides RMU? I just letting you know that. For my song of the week, I've got a personal favorite for everyone here at RMU Focus, and that is Country Girl by Luke Bryan. I mean, I've heard the song 50 times in the last 3 days. I'm not kidding. We counted. How could I not have this song in my head whenever it's played over and over and over and over again? Jeez. Well, I've said on the show before that I'm not someone who watches much TV, so I'm going to tell you my place to be instead. And it just so happens to be Texas Roadhouse. I was basically kidnapped and forced to go here, but I had a great time. Maybe don't go exactly at dinner time, because we'll be packed, you'll hear about 5 birthday songs, and the most important thing is get as many rolls as possible, because that cinnamon butter, hits different than anything you've ever had.
Unlike this uncultured swine, I actually have a recommendation. And my recommendation for this week has got to be the HBO original series Succession. I started watching the show a week or 2 ago after hearing good things for a while, and oh my God, I don't know what took so long. It is such a great show. But that's all the time we have here for today. So, from Zach Jones, Casey Irwine, this has been RMU Focus. Have a great night.
Happy Thanksgiving.
And Thanksgiving.